everyone, this is Michaela over at the Flathead Conservation District. Today I'm going to be introducing a new interactive tool that the district has available for educators here in Flathead County. The tool is right here in front of me and it's called an Enviroscape. An Enviroscape is a great educational tool for students of all ages. It demonstrates different watershed processes and allows you to be able to teach about different issues that are happening right here in our waterways where we live. So the Enviroscape model is meant to depict what we might find in a watershed where we live. So let's take a closer look to see all that it includes. Right down here we have a marina in our lake, an agricultural field with some livestock next to the river. We then have a factory, and we have a forestry area, a golf course, a shopping center with a big parking lot, construction zone, and a residential area with apartments and a house. Let's take a look at some of the other materials we have that represent vegetation. We also have different types of wetlands and wetland plant roots. Then up here we have different types of pollution that are all food products, so kid and safe and friendly, and then our watering vessel. So with the Enviroscape, we can teach about different sources and the effects of pollution in our waterways. Now, when doing a classroom presentation, the first step is going to be adding pollutants to our landscape. With this, we'd have the students come up and place the pollutants on the model themselves. Our first pollutant here is going to represent industrial plant discharge, and it also is a great representation of point source pollution. Our next pollutant is green Kool-Aid, that's fertilizer, so we'll probably find that on our residential lawns, over here on our golf course as well to keep that nice and green. And then most likely we'll find fertilizer over on our crops as well. Our next pollutant is going to be pesticides, and it is represented by red Kool-Aid, and we'll place it on our residential areas, most likely in our golf courses, and then also over here on our crops. Our next pollutant is cocoa, that represents loose soil, so we'll probably find that on our croplands, over here where the animals are going down to the stream to creek and eroding the bank. Also in our forestry area, depending on the logging practices, and a bit on that dirt road going up as well. And then we'll probably also find some loose dirt on our construction site. Next, we have chocolate sprinkles to represent animal waste, so probably in our residential area when people have dogs, and we might also find some over here by our livestock area, lots of animal waste as well. Our next pollutant is going to be oil and grease from our cars, and that is going to be on all our impervious surfaces like our parking lots, on our driveways and our roads. Also on our boat dock here, right where boats also can leave residue, and this is just a cocoa and water mixture. And our last pollutant here is going to be oatmeal. That represents plastic or other pieces of trash that we might find on the sides of our roads or in parking lot areas. All right, so now we have all these different sources of pollution on our landscape. So let's see what happens to them when we make it rain. For this step 2, it's a lot of fun to have a student come up and do it, and just really important to get all the pollutants nice and drenched. So from here, we can talk with students about what they notice happening to all our different sources of pollution when it rained. Since you can see our lake is pretty dirty, most of the pollution ended up in our waterways. So this can then lead to a great conversation about water quality and the implications pollution can have. Then the next step would be using the model to demonstrate how different land management practices can prevent this type of pollution from occurring, such as protecting our wetlands, implementing different fencing techniques, building rain gardens, or planting more riparian vegetation. All right, so now that everyone knows a little bit more about the Enviroscape model, what's included with it, and the type of topics you can teach with it, let's talk about accessing it. So there's a couple different ways that you can get it into your classroom or also to an educational event that you might be putting on. The first is going to be through having the Flathead Conservation District do a demonstration. If you want us to come in and present to the class, we'd love to do that. Just give our office a call and we can schedule it. The second is going to be if you, the educator, wants to give a demonstration to your class. Now, this can sound a little bit intimidating, but don't fear. We provide just about everything you need besides paper towels to clean up at the end. Here in our user guide, it has the curricula that goes step by step. It also gives clear outlining of how to set up and clean up the model as well. So it is very easy and we can provide any guidance to you that is necessary. Just give the district a call, and again, we will schedule a time for you to come pick it up. We'll show you everything with it and give you a chance to present in front of your class, which is a lot of fun. And the last way you can access it is going to be through a video series that we are currently putting together. It's short videos that are going to be talking about the different topics that can be taught with it. Those can all be accessed via our website at flatheadcd.org. Now, these are also a great tool and resource if you want to try to present in your classroom on your own. It's great to see it done beforehand. But yeah, so there's all ways you can access the Enviroscape, and we hope that teachers here in Flathead County will take great use of the resource that they have at their convenience.